What's this, I hear you ask? Well, let me enlighten you if you're too lazy or unable to read the title for whatever reason. When I saw it, I thought it was a VGA monitor. I was wrong. What this is of is the same solder spray paste spreader that the 286 PC I got, which I've now stored away in the cupboard. And my cupboard is tidy! Look at that! Nice and tidy! Stored away in the cupboard. This is the control pad. It had a nice trackball mouse mounted on a panel here, but I could not recover that. I could not find that anywhere. I might need to do some more digging, but there's probably going to be a lot more stuff in there now, so no luck there. We've got a nice little contrast button on the side, which we'll demonstrate later. And when we tip it up like that, we punch ourselves in the nuts, but hey, we have the actual internals. And you may be wondering what this little addition is. That's mine. It's a power supply because it needs 5 volts and 12 volts, and I just want to do a single input power, so that was easy. So, looky what we have here for a camera that can't focus. We have a Zilog Z80, and not even a Z80A. 9432, so this was potentially a later add-on. This is old school. We've got its program EEPROM, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 GALs. GALs and PALs are basically programmable logic arrays and were sort of predecessors to FPGAs and CPLDs. And it provided to them to basically add in a whole load of logic that allows them to get the board this small, because it is actually quite a small board when it's about the size of my hand for reference, although people's hands vary in size. My brother's hand is tiny. Interestingly, we have a 32 MHz clock here, which is obviously going to be scaled down for the Z80, which I think a non-A can only run at 1 or 2 meg. So, yeah, it's definitely going to need a bit of scaling down. And the rest is pretty much just logic chips. Nothing particularly outside the 7.4 family. This is probably going to be RAM, especially with its location to the CPU. I haven't actually looked up any data sheets because I can't be asked. There's the back of the contrast adjustment. You may notice this ribbon cable. Well, this goes all the way under here, connects under the board to a specialist connector. All the way to here, and that goes in the back here, under this. So we'll remove our little custom power supply job to show you what that is. But in the meantime, I shall tell you, it is basically a touchscreen controller. It uses a Motorola microcontroller. I don't know why they chose Motorola. I guess that's just... oh, damn it, I just dropped my screwdriver. That's not very useful. We want to do this in one continuous shot, because that makes it a whole lot easier to do the editing and uploading. Good, that didn't fall off, so we'll just move our power supply out of the way, and we can see the board. We got a... don't know what that chip does. We got some nice buffer transistors for amplification, because remember, we're taking weak signals from a resistive touchscreen. We got our microcontroller, a 7805, which interestingly is linked to the 5 volt portion of the circuit. That to me makes no sense whatsoever. But who am I to question the wisdom of the engineers that designed this thing? And also, if you look at it, it's a separate module. It was maybe not necessarily designed to be used in this system. Could have been designed to take a 12 volt input, although you'd need a heatsink if you're going to run this on 12 volts. Once again, 94 date code. And we have a little serial output. Now this could be serial, I mean it goes to an auxiliary marker on the PCB. But I'm not 100% sure, saying that it's 3 wire, so you could certainly fit in a ground and a TX and RX, so that's possible. We also have the backlight inverter, which just looks like a standard jobby, nothing special there. HV transformer, your standard 3 kV capacitor that without it can't sustain the voltage, and of course your regulation step up circuitry here. Nothing that you don't see in just about every other backlight fluorescent circuit going. And then we have our RS232 serial. At least I believe it's RS232. Matches the pin out. We got your data ground, your transmit, your receive it. You got DTR, which is very much serial, which is linked up to the DCD, and I have not been able to find what this is, so that's a bit of a mystery. And of course we have our thing here, our backlight contrast adjustment connected through there, and that goes in to one of these connectors here. I don't actually remember which one, but it will go to this board because it controls the digital logic circuit. The last bit of the technical stuff is my custom 5V and 12V circuit, which also has a graphics card fan glued to it because I couldn't be asked to go digging for hours to find some super duper awesome mini fan in my little fan collection. Attached to the same heatsink, which was once a bridge rectifier, diode was pulled out of God knows what, same with the capacitors, and the terminal block I think came off a burglar alarm, but don't quote me on that. And a connector I pulled off of this, which, if you see my Facebook group, there's a shot the circuit board from that, where I blew up its 5V regulator. Because the chaps that designed it with a non-standard polarity, so bang went the reg. The problem with my design, yeah, can't fit a flat cover on it now, I have to bloody do something custom. Yay. I think I'll just use some plexi plastic and just melt it over the toaster and bend it into some nice 90-degree angles, and that'll do. This is what it looks like when it's on. This is what the contrast adjustment looks like, and yeah, the camera can see that. And the camera actually sees it better than the human eye. But yeah, nothing fancy, not until we put a serial signal into it. Figuring out the baud rate's going to be fun, because that's probably programmed into the gals. But yeah, I feel pretty lethargic tonight, but at least I didn't have to hunt for the power supply. I misplaced it, but I misplaced it in a place where I found it instantly. And you may be able to hear the fan noise, although you probably can't because the microphone in this camera is a pile of turd. But people have been complaining about that for years, but cameras are expensive, or at least decent ones are. It wouldn't be hard to replace it with something really shit that will give crap video and crap audio, so... yeah. I do want to get a new camera, but for stills photography, I want to get a nice SLR. I'll have to be actually out working for that though to afford that, because they're fairly pretty damn expensive. But yeah, that is my serial terminal. It works a treat so far. Thanks for watching. Hey look, you get a fun artifact on the camera of the inverter light going and it failing to focus. There we go. Hope you found that interesting. I'm going to go back to procrastinating now. Goodbye.